All right, everyone, I have good news. I found a way to make my videos a little bit shorter and directly to the point. I actually have to hold up this whiteboard the whole time, so when my arm gets tired, I'll stop talking, and we'll be good. Just kidding. This one's going to teach you a ton. It is Tuesday inside Pediatric Chiropractic today, and while the PX HQ studio is still getting set up so that when I do a whiteboard, it'll be a lot bigger, a lot fancier, and hopefully we'll figure out how to not have the ring light reflection in there. What I do have is content that's going to help you tremendously in your practice. And it doesn't matter where you land on this. When we break down the three iterations, the three adaptations, evolutions of chiropractic, credit for this video goes to Dr. David Fletcher. You'll see that as we get going. For really spurring this idea, we're going to bring it into pediatrics and the things that we do. But this video is going to help you because if you're a student, oh man, as always, students and startups, you get the biggest blessing because you get to go right to number 3, start that, do that, know that, never get stuck in one of these two. So we're going to talk about the generational changes chiropractic has gone through, but most importantly, what we're going to do with this video is help you by breaking down these steps. And I promise you, those of you that are going to catch this, that have got in this group, you logged in, got into Pediatric Chiropractic today, whether you're in the pediatric experience or yet or not, doesn't matter. This video is going to help you like crazy. But maybe you got in here because you're stuck here in number 2 that we're going to break down in 2 minutes and you want out. Well, write it down this way in your notes and instill it into your brain, your heart, your soul, and your to-do list. The way out of wherever you are stuck now is towards and in to what you want. Stop complaining. Stop living in the past. Stop being like, oh, if I have another sciatic patient. Move forward. Fix it forward. Get into this. So, where have we been? Number 1, chiropractic, 1895, in God's country, Iowa. Greatest state, by far, no debate, okay? It gave us chiropractic. So even if you're like, oh, it was cold, it doesn't matter. You can't argue it as a chiropractor. It's the greatest state ever, even though I don't live in it. I was born in it, so that's the one. DD, BJ, the early chiropractors, Green Book era. Did they work on the spine? Of course. They knew that that was our access point, that was our conduit, but they didn't get stuck on the spine. They didn't get obsessed with the spine. They didn't worry about modifiers, and they didn't have to go to coding seminars for 12 hours every 12 days, because like they just didn't. They freaking dealt with life, y'all. They may have used some weird terms, universal intelligence, innate intelligence, vitality, the nervous system, you know, they got a little weird, but they got away with being weird because they were so confident and they were so different. Write that word down for today's lesson. The word different, the word unique, the word standing out, not being stuck in the red ocean. They created their own blue ocean. Read the books, Blue Ocean or 0 to 1 by Peter Thiel. That's chiropractic. That's DD and then BJ the developer, and they crushed it. Chiropractic grew and was on fire. Then for about 50, 60, 70 years, we still stuck. Why are we stuck? Because of the stupid spine. The spine. That dry spine, probably in your trunk, probably in your office, probably got posters of spine. Not my PX tribe, they know they got to get rid of that. But you got spine, everywhere you look, spine, 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 spine. And you're like, oh, but I talk about the nervous system, and I talk about life, and I talk about expression. Communication ain't verbal. Communication is visual. So chiropractic branded itself in version 2.0. This is where Fletcher talks about these in the evolutions of it. Him and I was speaking with him in Montreal at Life Vision years ago when he went through this. I don't think it was part of his planned presentation, but he went through these iterations. Dr. Fletcher, full credit. And man, it got me to realize that I needed to push even harder to get to number 3 because I got stuck here out of school. See, this is what school trains us to do. To be the spinal doctor, to be, you know, put your white coat on, you know, do some Soda Hall, do some straight leg razor, get them on some E-stem, get some massage, you know, make sure they wobble, make sure they traction, you know, spine, 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 spine. We get stuck here. We get stuck in a pain-based practice, also known as not pediatrics and family wellness. We get stuck doing a bunch of PT because insurance covers it. I remember doing a talk to a group of national students through our COPS here in Chicago, a philosophy group we have. And you literally, like the couple of national students that were there and the Palmer ones, literally looked at me like I was lying to them. They came up to me afterwards because I had depicted how PWC is a peds neuro cash practice. And I gave them the 3 elements. So we broke down how to build that. They literally looked at me like I was a ghost. They had been so ingrained that the only thing chiropractic can do is market to pain, take care of pain. The only way you can pay back your bills is to bill insurance codes and PT codes and massage and all this sort of stuff. And then, wait for it in version 2.0, Frank and Paul. You start here, but then if they come to your Tuesday night spinal care class or your new patient orientation. Right now, if my wife is watching this, she's like, oh, you're doing that thing where you're being extra. I am, honey. I'm sorry, because I am extra freaking stoked about this. This don't get you there. This gets you stuck there. Now, if that's your sole purpose, if you wake up every single day and you cannot wait to rid the world of osteophytes, if you wake up every single day and you're like, it is me versus sciatica, and I will charge into the world and I will regenerate discs better than anybody has ever seen, God bless you, because sciatica sucks. And all those things suck. And a whole lot of people end up in pain, and they end up on opiates, and they end up addicted to medication, and the pharmaceutical system ruins their life. So some of us, yes, should slay there. But we can't keep all of chiropractic there simply because it's easier, supposedly, to pay the bills. So let me wrap up the last few minutes, because my arm, remember the beginning, my arm's getting tired. Just kidding. I'm jacked. Left tricep, bicep especially. Just really been working on it. Not at all. But this is where we end up. This is the practice of the future. And I'm actually kidding. This is the practice of today. This is why you're watching this Inside Pediatric Chiropractic today, or maybe on our blog or YouTube channel, and all the things we're putting out to this profession to get you here. Especially if this is your sole purpose, this is the practice of the future. It has 3 must-have elements. If you try and brand yourself family only first, and you use traditional means of marketing and growing a practice, screenings, spinal care classes, back pain ads, and then you think you're going to get the old school family practice model building to work, where again, they come to that workshop or they hear your magical education or they subscribe to your email newsletter, and supposedly in that, they find the big idea and bring their kids in. Gotta tell you, it don't work, okay? It maybe works a tiny little bit, but doesn't work at all compared to this. When you build, here's the flow. If you're taking notes, I don't have it on the board, but here's how it goes. When you build your certainty around taking care of kids first, it all begins with you. I-O. Inside you needs to be unequivocal, unrelenting certainty that you are trained, skilled, ready, and called to take care of kids. You then back up that training, that confidence, that certainty with your marketing, with your messaging, and your entire brand. Pediatric first. There's a very specific order that changes everything. Don't believe me? Try it. Your family practice will explode as a result. Number 2, neuro first. Skip the spine. Ditch the spine. There ain't no pictures of the spine in our office. There's no conversation about the spine in our office. We start with the nervous system. We live in the nervous system. Our examination, again, Dr. Fletcher getting credit for this video. He, along with us, CLA and the Pediatric Experience and some other amazing groups like AMPT especially, really know that the neurologically focused practice is the one that can reach into the community and grow and do the most amount of good. Because when you get stuck on the spine, you get limited. When you start, stay, and slay the conversation about the nervous system, away you go. Number 3, y'all cash. When you own this lane and you build this element strong, and when you own this lane and you put your care, not based upon symptoms, but on the nervous system, on its function, on its restoration, and on its potential, these 2 things equal up to number 3. You do not need insurance. I used to call that the practice of the future. It's in the title of this video. I'm lying. It's the practice of now. None of this do you have to wait for. Students, you don't have to go into the practice model that most of your teachers and preachers are going to give you. That's why, again, I think Life University has a distinct edge. We have a huge collaboration and conversation with them. They know that the practice of the future is taking care of kids and families first, not later, first. That's why they linked up with us through the Pediatric Experience and created our certificate proficiency CE course that's in there. So students, go to the blue first. Pain-based doctors, let me show it to you one more time. The only way out of that is full head of steam into that. If you don't even know where to begin, we do. It's called the Pediatric Experience. I got stuck there. Not for long. Thank goodness for my ADHD and my easily amount of frustration to get out of that world. But you don't have to stay stuck on the spine, pain-based, PT, insurance-dependent practice. The way out of that is into the three elements of pediatrics, neurologically focused chiropractic, and then all cash, because families will pay for the highest value thing in their life, which is the health, well-being, and happiness of their child. And nothing and no one delivers upon that value and exceeds it like pediatric chiropractors who are certain, skilled, confident, and on fire. If you're not yet that, you know where to go. The pediatric experience is ready for you. That train's moving forward because we're taking number 3 to the world, and we're going to replace pediatricians who are drug first, let alone spine and nerve first. See you there.